In this clip, we're going to see how our teaching and learning pillar is coming alive in our music program, and we'll particularly see evidence of a growth mindset and also evidence-based instructional and assessment strategies being used to help students set personal goals, think critically, and communicate their learning. One element in particular is we're going to see students and teachers providing timely descriptive feedback based on co-constructed success criteria.
We're doing a reflection on Beethoven Lives Upstairs, which is a story about Beethoven that includes music. And we are writing a reflection with instruments. We write down what instruments are in the story, and we write down what happened throughout the story, and we wrote down the feelings and the mood of the music that was in the story, and the musical elements, like if the music was fast, slow, loud, or quiet, and a reflection like among the whole story and any comments we had on the other person. And I am reflecting on Haley, and Haley, for instruments, put down that she had the flute, the bassoon, piano, violin, and people singing, which they were all correct because they were all in the story, but there were also drums and the cello and other instruments. And the summary of the story is she put everything is right in the story, but she left out the details of what Beethoven did in this scene, such as like how he was very serious about his coffee, and some of what Christoph thought of him, and the feelings and mood. She thought that it was mostly exciting, but I thought that it was more like down on the other side because of how serious Beethoven was about his concert and how he was like getting angry at everyone because he wanted everything to be perfect. And the reflection, Haley didn't write anything down, like, at all. And my comments are, I think that Haley did well in some places, but in others she could have improved.
Okay, I marked Owen's, and for instruments it was pretty good. He got like a lot of instruments, and then in the summary and story he did pretty well, but mostly he just talked about like, it wasn't like the whole summary of the story, it was just like little detailed parts, so I thought he could have done better in that. And then the feelings and the mood, it was pretty good. I said it was well done, but you could have added a little more feelings, because he just put intense and exciting, so I thought he could have added a little. Musical elements, I thought it was pretty well done. He did fast, slow, soft, and loud. I thought maybe he could have been more specific about when it was like that. And the reflection, he didn't have a reflection either, so. Oh, but he did put a song, and the song that was played in the background of part of the scene was Ode to Joy. I find it really helps giving feedback because it kind of, the other person explains to you what kind of things that maybe you missed out in the story, or it kind of gives like another person's like feelings about some of the things that you wrote down. So one of the, like, there's a lot of things that Owen got that I missed, so that could help us. And the feeling, like, I don't know, it just kind of, all the things that you missed, they kind of write down and kind of see both people's perspective on it. It kind of helps your writing.
I think it's helpful to give people feedback because you can see what you did right and what they did right, and you can keep that when you do it again, and other things that they don't like or you missed out, you can improve on. So it's kind of like you learn from your mistakes and you can improve the next time that you do it.
Students are providing feedback to each other. They are learning how to improve on their responses. And very specifically, so for example, when they were doing their summary, Haley was saying Owen provided little tidbits but didn't really get to the main points. So maybe he could have improved the summary part by including that. The other thing is when you were giving your musical elements, you could start to use the musical terms like adagio, allegro, forte, and piano. You could use those terms instead of saying loud, soft. But we're just learning that, so we're at the beginning stages of that journey.
There are abundant connections here to the school effectiveness framework. We see that explicit teaching of concepts, processes, and skills with inquiry, supporting students' learning. Critical thinking skills are being taught, modeled, practiced, and developed. Students are provided with regular opportunities for planned, purposeful, and accountable talk, and self and peer assessment opportunities are used to establish a culture of inquiry. This has resulted in students demonstrating curiosity and a positive and productive disposition to learning and beginning to demonstrate the skills of metacognition. We also see clearly in this video our students becoming reflective, creative, and holistic thinkers who think reflectively and creatively to evaluate situations and solve problems.